Jael, how important is personal development then, do you think? How important is that?
It's a must. It's a must because it takes us out of that shell. As you know, we were all born geniuses. We were all born whatever it is that we want to be. We were born winners. But like you said before, a lot of times that from 1 to 5 years old, that's when, we set our values. And then when you go to school, you get programmed. You go to work, you get programmed. You're around your friends, you get programmed. And so all these people, bombarding your brain, it puts you kind of on a shell that way you cannot move. But doing personal development is the most important because you break out of that shell and all of a sudden you start to shine. The you within, that person that you were born to be, the one that you choose to be, not what other people think that you should be.
And that's so important because I know I won't be where I am. It's personal development. That's your breakthrough. That's why we're doing these podcasts, because what we as successful people want to, we want to reach back out to our audience, to everybody and say, hey, come join us, but you have to commit to that personal development. Don't spend all your time on social media. I mean, the social media where you're studying and learning, and the social media where you're just really wasting time and you're not improving as a person. So moving on from there, what did you have to change as a person to move you into that role of becoming successful?
Letting go of the victimhood, letting go blaming my parents, letting go blaming the people who hurt me as a child, letting go all the negativity. And I did that through another mentor, Louise Hayes.
Oh, one of my favorite.
This woman basically put me and you know what? That's the whole thing. People need to read the books. People need to really integrate what they're learning. And I remember, when I was doing this process with her, it's through a tape, obviously, again, and actually even through a book. And, you put all these people on the stage. It is almost like a ho'oponopono where you start forgiving the people, but you're forgiving them for you.
Yeah, so, I got that. Yeah, no, let go. Let it go. Let it go. I mean, one of the only few books I have by the side of my bed, and I'm not a reader because I have ADD, so I struggle with that. But I do have this book, is the Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. I mean, it's an amazing book.
One that I read.
That's the book. That had a big impact on me. But you said something very important there, Jael, and you have to get out of that victim mentality, isn't it? I mean, that is so key. Stop blaming people and blaming everybody. And I didn't go to the right school, and I hear people, well, my parents didn't do this for me and all that stuff. What advice would you give to somebody who's still caught up in that victim world and they're blaming the world for where they are today?
Gratitude. Start really being in a place of gratitude. We can be ungrateful for all the things that happen to us. And the thing is, when you start appreciating everything, because I realize how rich and abundant we are, no matter what. I think about, coming from a place of no roads, no electricity, no running water, nearly died during the birth, and to where I am today. When people start focusing on what they do have, and even the traits that they have, I know what I have. I know what I am. So we start looking at what is it that I'm made of, that I don't have to blame anyone else, that I can maybe improve. Every single time, you got to look at how to become a better person than the day before without giving the responsibility of you to someone else.
Absolutely. And again, I mean, I wake up every morning and one of the first things I give thanks to God, whatever your religion is, but I give thanks to God because, hey, another day, because not everybody made it through last night, we've got to remember that and be grateful for what you have. My mom always used to say this to me, and she, when I remember moaning as a kid, she goes, look, no matter how bad your situation is, there are always people worse off than you. And I'm a great believer of the serenity prayer. that God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And stress comes from people trying to change all the stuff they can't change. You can't change the past, and you can't change your parents, and you can't change this, and you're not going to change your school. You got to change you, isn't it? You are the person you've got to change.